Hey there, Brick fans! Welcome back to another Brickmad Live this morning or evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. I am in Sydney, Australia, as many of you may know by the accent. I have my coffee, and BB8 is here with me again. And today we're going to be building the milk stand for Galaxy's Edge. So last week I started off. Hey Ben Bricks, how you going, man? Last week I started off with the digital building. Today I'm actually going to start building like for real. So that should be a lot of fun. How you going, Ben? Okay. There's an echo. I know what it is. I think I know what it is. There we go. Is that better? Yeah, I'm good. As long as that echo goes away. Sweet. I'll have to remember the next time turn off this extra bit. There's so many different things that can cause problems. All right, cool. So, just gonna bring up my reference as well. So I have something to look at, and also my studio. I'm going to bring that up as well, just so I can go back through that one as well. So you should be able to hopefully see what I'm looking at in the background there. Cool. Here we go. So I've actually made the space a little bit smaller for the milk stand. I'm going to try a few things out today and see what sticks. This is pretty much how I like to build. A mixture of the two, of studio and physical builds. You been building anything lately, Ben? Oh yeah? Is it the same one as last time? It was like a smaller, it was a clone base, right? Yeah, cool. Is it an Order 66? Seems to be lots of Order 66s coming out at the moment. Ah, I need my tiles. I need my grey tiles. There they are. A little bit disorganized because I was building last night, building the top of the dome for Doc Ondas. This is this whole stack of tiles that I got. this together. Actually, we might start some tunes also. Get some jazz going on there. Let me know if that's too loud, guys. Use some quarters in there. Leave some spots free. I'm not going to do anything too tricky with this flooring, just because it's mainly going to be for like hidden behind stuff. So I'm mindful of just getting some pieces down, trying to get it sort of laid out exactly how I want in this one. Last week, I'm not sure if I showed you guys, but I did have this. I did figure out how I was going to do the sort of dispenser part, so I will show you guys what I did with that as well. I'll actually just build it, I think, in that way, so I can show you. I might do that now. Should I build up the? I'll build up the wall first, so then we can do that. That one out of the way. Gonna get my bricks organised. So yeah, at the moment, just building this this brick wall towards the back is a backing for the repair bay behind it as well. So I'm going to sort of build this with that in mind. Oh, I need my coffee. I love these grates. Pardon me. Little grey grates. I love putting them in towards the bottom of the build of a wall or something. I don't know if you guys can see that now. Actually, I'm building it over here. Here you go. Like, so I'm trying to look at these. I like to put these at the bottom of the build of a wall, just so it kind of has a bit of a feeling of, you know, just a broken up sort of feeling. I might figure out where's the best position to build this bad boy so you guys can see it. Actually, might do it in reverse that way, and you guys should be able to see everything. Cool. I don't want to go too high with this. I want to kind of keep it at 2 bricks, because the counter space is going to be about 2 bricks high, and then the which is here, and then the back section, obviously the dispenser needs to be just above it. So yeah, you'll actually see. I actually don't move this forward. I can show you guys in here. Don't know if you guys can see that, but that's where the dispenser will sit. There'll be 3 of those behind here, which will be here, here, and here. Anyone else been building anything fun? Plenty of people have been building the Home Alone set, that's for sure. Don't want to make this section too busy. I was going to sort of mix it up with a few of these different colours. That's that section. I grabbed like an array of bricks that I thought I might need just to just so I wasn't sort of hopping up all the time. Be mindful of what it looks like behind. So the droid repair bay in behind this as well. Oh, I know what I need here. I need some rounds, one by one, grey rounds. Hey, Brick Goblin, how you going? Always hard to try and find the perfect workspace when I'm working, and especially like the difference between this and mock building, like set building. Can be a little bit tricky just sort of setting up for that. I'm talking about the filming, obviously, as well. You know what? I feel like I'm going to break that little bit there. Some of these. I want to keep this bottom section a bit sort of craggy and like it's been kicked around a bit, so it matches up with the world in there, and like once it kind of moves up, it will be a lot smoother in that section. Also just try to lay in like a few little bits of this, the lighter grey. Do that one there. Do this. Change that. This here. Oh yeah. Hey Southern, how you going, man? Hey, yeah, I'm excited to build it too, Brick Goblin. Hopefully it turns out. So I'm going to be doing like a gradation here. Yeah, what's that, Southern? That's right, Ben. I try to keep these detailed. I made a pact with myself that when I did did Batuu, and I chose a big build, that I wanted to make sure that I kept each part as detailed as I possibly could. And I like this sort of style as well. Like, I like having a lot of different textures in my build as much as possible. I try to sort of change the texture. So like that's why I'm trying to keep the detail in here, and then I'll build up like this detail and grade up from the bottom. That's what I was saying before. I basically will start with the dark tan, and then I'll move up into the tan color, and that just, if you create a different texture as well, it'll kind of go from rough to smooth. Yeah. 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 So, I guess it was a mixture of both. I know, like with building MOCs, especially if you're jumping like from one to the other, and they're very different MOCs. Like what you've done there, Southern, with like your Mustafa, I'm guessing would be different from maybe your Coruscant, but there definitely would be parts that would carry over if you rebuilt them. With Batuu, obviously I've got to try and keep this here because I've got something special planned to do this kind of longer term, to have this section. So I have had to buy a bunch of parts, but the best way that I've gone about doing it, to be honest, so far, is I buy large bulk sets, like second-hand bulk sets, and clean them. And basically what I do with that is I sell off the parts I really don't need from that, and I keep all of the kind of MOC colors or MOC pieces that I think I'm going to use. And then it kind of doesn't level out completely, but it does kind of offset pretty well. And then what I do on top of that is I have kind of specific pieces that I might go and buy when I need them. So I guess, yes, the answer is for this lot, I had a lot of Lego, but whether or not it was the right type of Lego for this. So it's probably like 70% have to purchase, because this is my first big MOC, and 30% own. But at the same time, I'm trying to offset that by off-selling it all the time. So that's the general idea. But it's a struggle on the bank account. And I haven't finished it yet. I've done calculations. So they were scary enough. But, you know, generally you try and use whatever you've got. That's why, like, if you look at the digital build that I did, I use this as an idea of what I want to do, and then I'll go and look at the pieces I've got and go, oh, okay, well, here I had a whole bunch of 3x, but maybe I can do that with a 2x and the 1x that I've got, because I've got a lot of those. So I do try and mix that up as much as I can, especially with like these environment builds. It's really just getting the idea of the look and the type of parts and pieces you've got, and trying to make them work within that. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think my kind of style, especially like for the type of MOCs I like to do, I use little pops of colors, but I won't use like stacks of a specific color. And obviously, like, I like all the more subdued tones, so the nougats, the tans, dark tans, greys, right? And then I'll get little accent colors to go with them. So yeah, you're right. Like, you can reuse a lot because it's in the same world. So but the problem that I've got is that Batuu's obviously going to stay there for a while. So I'm going to have to, basically the idea is I keep Batuu in place for a fair while, and then I'm going to build another MOC, the Coruscant MOC, which will go kind of upways. So I will have to bring in some new parts for that one, and that will stay in place for a bit too. Again, considering what I'm trying to do, and then we'll see how it all goes. But I am going to have basically one section of my studio is going to be for like rotating builds in. So I'll try and reuse a lot of the parts for that. And then I'm going to have essentially like 2 kind of full-time residents for a while at least. Trying to break up that because this was too kind of flat. Wasn't a big fan of that flatness down there. Set that one too. So I really want. I wonder if I have an inverted slope. don't think I do in dark tan. So this is one of those scenarios where I really want a certain type of brick and I do not have it, but I do have another colour. That's what I wanted to kind of do here. There you go. The idea would be to make this section feel as though it's had a big chunk of it kind of kicked out. I might even change that around again. But hopefully, I don't know. Can anyone tell me if you can get that in a dark grey, a dark tan? Because if you can get a 3 by, that would be great. If you can't, then I'm gonna have to change this again. I'm pretty sure they would come in at least a 2 by. So yeah, that's what I'm going to try and do with this section. Make it feel like it kicks out. Hey CW, how you going, man? You can. I figured you could. I was hoping you could. So that's cool. Where have I got? It's good to have you guys along. I love these little quarter tiles. They're so good. So I don't know if I'll do that. That piece there. Probably work okay for what I'm looking to do for this build here. Some of this will be pretty fragile, but I'm okay with that. This also, I'm trying to build this one a little bit modular so I can kind of take it away and do some conventions easily with some of these kind of individual pieces. I am building the milk stand, CW. I'm good. I am good. Just cracking away on this. Hanging out, talking to you fine people. Yeah, as I said before, I'm trying to make this so that it does kind of grade up to that tan, so just playing around with this a little bit. I hope so. I am hoping to build a monster YouTube channel, that is for sure. Do you know what, sneak peeks? I'm not sure if I told you guys last time, but I am going to be doing a stop motion. I'm going to start doing some stop motion on the channel, and hopefully it's going to have a lot of fan involvement, which is going to be a lot of fun and means that you guys get to participate in a lot more, and we'll do giveaways and a whole bunch of things like that. So yeah, hopefully that grows it up a bit and gets a whole bunch of people interested. Okay, now I'm going to let's spin this around so you guys can see what I'm doing. But I am going to start laying in some of these rails because I'm going to build the dispensers at the back now for the milk stand. The Empire did nothing wrong. They were just trying to keep order. Come on. I need some rails. Definitely need rails. More rails. Yes. Success. Got rails. No, all good, Ben. Whenever you want to chime in, buddy, it's all good. You feel free to tell us about your MOC while you're there too. What are you building, CW? Currently nothing. Yeah, your Nashidar project. I'm so looking forward to that. If you guys haven't checked out Southern's channel, you totally should. Because he does like sick alien builds. Just loves aliens, and that's awesome. Taking apart MOCs. The joy that doesn't give. It just gives you parts. The audio is weird. Okay. It might be my connection. See what I can do. Is that any better? Cool. Yeah, but I love your ideas, Southern. They just work out really well. So your crazy money on all of your aliens is totally worth it. Oh. What type of things do you like, CW? Yeah, I meant like what type of Star Wars? Like, are you a clone guy? Are you, I'm guessing you're a clone guy. A name like CW. Yeah, that's true too. It's a good point, Southern. Parts. Yeah, Clone Wars, 100%. Big one. You could do like a silica Maya. That would be kind of cool. Hey, Clip Films. Oh, mostly grey. Giant Death Star it is. Oh, it's Coruscant build then. Do you like environment CW or do you like vehicles? Oh, custom turbo tank. Yeah. Nice one, Ben Briggs. Is that what you're building? Are you putting the turbo tank in your MOC at the moment? Battlefront 3 was rejected by EA. Interesting. I didn't hear that. Yeah. I like mountains and environments too. I feel like I like to feel my way more, whereas vehicle building is like the guys that build vehicles, they just think about it so mechanically and like have to take things apart a lot. I'm in awe of what they do. To get it right. I mean, like I have to take this apart, but it's kind of I feel like it's feeling your way through an environment, and whereas vehicle building is like intense thinking for me. Hey, Elias. Good to have you on, man. Do you want to do something with mountains? Yeah. All right, CW. Catch you later. Thanks for dropping in, man. Hope your MOC goes well. I need one more rail. Can I do it this way? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Alderon. Alderon would be a cool build. CW, if you are still there before you've actually left, you should totally do an Alderon build. They were troublemakers. Got some serious Empire sympathizers here. Hey, Southern. I'd like to do an all-around build at some point. I think that would be cool. Like, you could do one pretty easy because it'd just be like a stack of bricks exploded. Depends on when you do it, of course. Yeah, I don't like. Where do you guys stand on the whole Hoth set? Like, I would have much preferred to get like another like a Rebel set that's like a mixed Rebel set. Do you know what? Southern had a really good idea of having like an alien pack. You know, like you could have like a Twi'lek and an Aqualish and all that sort of stuff, but like just some of the more common ones. That would be a sweet idea, and I think would sell heaps well. Kind of like the Mando pack that they brought out. But it's like an alien mixed battle pack. It's like a Twi'lek and then you still have to, like, even a Gamoran guard, like if you had them in there, and then you could still have some of the like more odd guys in the bigger sets that you have to get. I reckon that would be sweet. Yeah. Yeah, that would be so cool if they did that. There you go, you're starting to get the... oh, it's always reversed. It's like driving. That's generally what it's going to look like. The no worries, Ben. Thanks for dropping in, man. See you next time, hopefully. There you go. And then I'll do the dispensers on top of this now. Show you guys what it's going to look like. I had one more. There it is. Now, ideally, I want like these in dark brown or reddish brown, preferably dark brown, but I only have smaller these ones in dark brown, which I think dark brown is probably my favorite color of all time. Pretty damn close to it. Like if I ever go to a Bricklink store, like, do you guys have a color like this where like you go to a Bricklink store and like you get postage and then you go, ah, I'm gonna have to just buy, like, I just got to buy some more stuff because I want to make postage worth it. And then you jump in there and I like almost always just look for dark brown pieces. Do you guys have any colors like that? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all of those colors, Southern, it's cool because they all go together in a really nice, like, yeah, dark red as well. Yeah, pretty much the dark colors, and then the more subdued kind of olive tones and that type of thing. Like, the subdued colors make it give you an ability to do more realistic stuff, especially like Star Wars based stuff. So that there that I'm showing you guys is how the dispenser is going to work. So it's this obviously isn't the right parts. I do want to get a dark browns to match these, or at least a reddish brown to do that. And I would probably just get them using just the single archway instead of the arch and the tops. And I think I can only get that in reddish brown. I don't think I can get that in dark brown. And then that's just a a modified brick in the center, and then the idea is that then I drop in behind it. I'll drop these ones, right, and then that will actually sit pretty much on there, and I'll get some. I'm just gonna take those off. Yeah, like that. But the idea is that I would need to build this up in the right way. Yeah, I need one more. And again, it's going to be a lot more smooth on the back as well. Now the reason why I'm actually using a double-sided one is on the back side I'm going to put some extra stuff hanging off the wall also, so I'm going to try and sort of double use it to a point. So I'll actually have like this will tile off a little bit, and I'll have like an inset wall in here, just to kind of break up the wall without breaking it up too much. Maybe that's the idea anyway. I'll see how it goes. Hopefully it works. So yeah, there we go. I'm basically going to do a few of those. Yeah, I reckon that would look pretty sick with the dark red and the dark bluish grey. So you would have got a lot of dark bluish grey from your Coruscant build, not Coruscant build, Corellia build, right, Southern? Yeah, you know what? I reckon clip films. I reckon there's heaps of potential to use some of the Ninjago stuff that they've already printed. The argument is though is that they seem to punch out all of this. Like I got a bulk set of Ninjago. Like I'm not really into Ninjago that much, but I did get a bulk set just because some of the pieces are like insane on that. And they've done so many different molds, but then they won't do Star Wars builds, like different builds for Star Wars. Like the weapon builds alone, like it's just crazy stuff in there. I don't know if there's been a, because I know there was always the explanation of, it costs a lot to get new parts and that type of thing, but I don't know. It seems kind of weird that they. I'm not going to do that. Seems kind of weird that they don't do Star Wars ones. Let's set this back. Forget what I said about having the two-sided. And originally I had them set back inside. The dispensers, I had them set back kind of in here on the second row. Actually, maybe I should still do that instead of having them come and hang over. Yeah, you know what? No, I am going to do that. That's what I'm going to do. Sweet. Decision made. So I definitely will need these. I am going. Hey, a couple of bricks, a couple of brickheads. I am going to build the tie echelon. I was thinking that I might even do that um, on the live because the idea that I have for that is I had to buy the original Kylo Ren shuttle, which is like that dark grey. I bought that for the figures to have in Batuu. But what I was going to do is basically take that and try and create the tie echelon out of just those parts. And I thought that would be a fun little challenge to do. But I might actually start that as a live build. What do you reckon? Do you think I should do it as a live build? Yeah, I always thought Lego had there is a cost price as well. I guess the other thing is too is with now I'm thinking about it with Star Wars they've probably got a price point per set that they need to hit for resale, and because of the Star Wars tax that you pay, they probably can't do new weapon builds for those as well as pay the Star Wars tax, because then like for us it would be a bajillion dollars. So it's probably just like Ninjago can they can make their money back on Ninjago. Maybe. I don't know. Oh yeah? Oh, you've been building the vehicles from Galaxy's Edge. Sick. I'll have to check that out. Have you built the tie echelon before? Ah. Oh, yep. Sweet. Oh, right. Yeah, I got the transport is awesome. Okay, so one thing I did not get about this, and Brickheads, maybe you could tell me, right? At Galaxy's Edge, Poe's Black One X-Wing is there. But between, it's meant to be set between The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. Poe's ship blew up, right? On the Radis. Yeah, I'm not dreaming this. But it's at Galaxy's Edge. So that is the one thing. It's the one thing that like as a fan, I was sitting there going, "Oh, really? Hang on. Yeah, but like I don't know why. Like they didn't exactly they didn't need to make it wacky. Like all they needed to honestly do is put if they had to put his orange clearly like there was something where that they just had no idea, because I know they built it before. They built it obviously before it came out, but surely they could just paint it orange, right? Yeah, I heard Ray Speeder is there. But like I think the main thing with with Ray's speeder though is like it's meant to be, it's on Jakku. Like, what's it doing there? Yeah. Yes. Yes. The rest of the Star Wars lore. Yeah. Yeah. So have you guys all been to Galaxy's Edge? Like, I've been once, and I saw it, and I was like, oh really? So, this one for sure. Oh, nice. Lucky. Ah, do I live in Australia? I'd love to go all the time. I'm hoping to get back there at least once this year, if I can. If they let us out of the country. I think they are though, pretty soon. Alright, so we're cracking along here. Do you guys see where I'm going with this build? I'm going to have to swap out some parts for sure. You mean Galaxy's Edge? Needs more characters, not LA. Oh no. Cool. Oh, thanks, Brickheads. Or are you talking to Southern? His work's amazing. I'll have to check out. Have you got... Ah, no, camera. Yeah. Yeah, like the art of book, just on the rides. Thanks, Southern, by the way. That's very nice of you to say. I hope so. It would be cool to get that many subs by the end of the year, but we'll see. Yeah, that's where I want it. The yeah, I looked at the looking at the art of book. There's so many. There were so many cool concepts in there. Like they were going to have the bantha ride, which would be like for like smaller kids, where you can get up on a bantha and that. Like how good would that be? Like if you go to like a set of stables and then like can actually ride around a bantha like a petting zoo type thing. Like, that'd be pretty awesome. And then the speeder bike. They had a speeder bike race, which would be pretty cool. Like if they did it on like a roller coaster, but they hit it, and then had it kind of a little bit like they, or even like have it in a room, so it's like a bucking bull, and then they just do like a more like the falcon ride. You know, like there's stuff happening around you. Um, both of those ideas were pretty cool. And I think there was a bounty hunter pursuit or something in there as well, which they considered doing, which that would be pretty awesome if they did. You know, that would be better. Oh, I should totally use headlights for this. It means I won't have a gap. Time to call the crazy headlights. Put that one out of the way. Yep. That's the one. Yes. Yeah. It's fairly organised. Thankfully, my wife helps organise all of this. So shout out to her because I'm not the organised one. I'm definitely the creator, and I leave stuff everywhere, and then she'll come through and sort it because she's awesome. But yeah, so good. Like there's a lot of potential at Galaxy's Edge there. I'm just looking forward to building the rest of it. And like even from just building this today, the thing is like I feel like I've gone really slow with Doc Ondars because it's something that I've never really done before. Like being a big rotunda, everything's circular. It's got dome roofs. It's got giant rock that like rock spire that goes around it. Like it's right in the middle of my build. It's got to be open. It's got to be like, and it's just that is. I feel like I'm going slow because I'm rebuilding stuff and trying to make it better each time. And that feels like a little bit slower than it's moving a little bit slower than I'd like. But like even just building this today, like this is going a lot faster because it's a simpler build. Oh, I that's just Stud.io Southern. It's the Bricklink. I never know whether to call it Stud.io or Studio or whatever it's called. I'm pretty sure it's Stud.io. I heard someone call it that. I thought that sounds cool. Let's call it Stud.io. Get some more comments. So I'm gonna call this like this version of the build. Yeah, Stud.io is good. How I like to use the studio builds is I prefer to build it. Yeah, yeah. I just called it studio for a long time. But it also helps me kind of separate it because there's like 3D Studio Max for me, like is mentally ingrained in my head. So I from my 3D, so I don't I kind of like that I can call it Stud.io, and then it's a bit different. But what the way that I like to work with it is like I I might concept something quickly in terms of the shapes in like physically, and then what I'll do is if I can't find a shape or I don't have a part that matches the shape that I want, I'll go onto to Stud.io and look through their parts to try and figure out and kind of prototype further on there, and then I'll go back to the physical build and try and build it with either with that part, just because it's easier to find parts, even in my own stuff. Like I go, oh no, I do have that part, but I didn't think of it because I literally just didn't see it in the drawer. So I actually find that quite good. But it's just a mixture of using all of those things. Yeah, docs. Like I love the look of docs and everything, and I've hopefully have done it justice in the build. Um, I feel like with docs, the entranceway is the. I'm gonna just lean that way to show you because it's like he's over there. Um, but like I feel like that the entranceway was the most important. Um, and then because I've moved Savvy's salvage to actually be underneath Doc Rondar's, and that's why he's kind of sitting under there. And I was kind of happy with that move because then you walk through Savvy's salvage through underneath the black spire and you come out on the side of the build, and then that's Savvy's workshop. So and that was kind of how I justified it in my head, and I think that will pay off. That will look pretty good, as opposed to just having a separate building. And I mainly did that because of the build. Like I only had a certain amount of room. Obviously, it's still quite big, but I wanted to utilize the space. And also, what I liked, they actually had Savvy's inside one of the spires in some of the concept art. So I have actually picked some of the concept art and tried to use some more of the things that I think looked really primo that they maybe didn't do for like budgetary reasons or whatever in the actual theme park of Galaxy's Edge. Because if you look at like the art of books, there's massive spires that like they live up inside, and there's rides and stuff up in there. So I am going to put a few sort of surprise spaces in those spires as well, and try to sort of build it up a bit differently to what is in the park. Like the resistance base is the one that's changed like dramatically, because I've really changed it. I've added in like the natural overpass, and I've kind of tried to work the elements that are the same, similar type elements, but I've just sort of mixed them up a little bit, and hopefully that all pays off. So we're getting somewhere now. Feel. It's 8:10. I'll probably go for like another 20 minutes or so, and then I'll have to wrap it up because I will have to go to work. Yes, Studio, Studio. That's the love child of Stud.io and Studio. But it's definitely it's good for that in particular. That's what I like to use it for. Just trying stuff that I like, because there's so many parts that I just have no idea that I ever like even had that were even possible. Some of my favorite Star Wars minifigures. I recently got Zeb. I love Zeb. He looks fantastic. Like easily one of my favorites. I got Chirrut Imwe. I like him. He looked really cool. Watto. Watto is one of my favorites. I really like that, like the Troidarian heads and just the design of him. I really, really like Watto. Actually, I would say probably my top two would be Ahsoka. No, my top three would be Ahsoka, Gungans, any Gungans. Captain Tarpals looks really cool. Like the mold of him, the later one, not the earlier one. The later mold is really cool. Like I really, really like that. Okay, top. Pretty much any alien, but like Aqualish, Greedo, the alien molds. Lasat, like they're so cool. I like the molds, and then like some of the newer Stormtrooper molds are pretty good too. Like I'm not a massive minifigure buff to be honest. Like I like to get them because they're going to make my MOCs good, like and look cool. but like also I'm really hesitant about, because I've got a 3D printer. I'm going to start, because I'm going to start basically doing some custom heads as well, because I've got a 3D printer, and I can sculpt in ZBrush. So I'm gonna give it a go and see if I can get it to a point where it has good quality. Like, because I've got it on. Obviously, you guys know, right? At Galaxy's Edge, you've got a Bluetopian in Ogre, who is like so imperative, and also Nubo. So the two of them, like, I can't get them in Lego. So the idea would be that I'm gonna have to get them somehow at custom. So I'm gonna try and do them myself as prints and as custom figures. And especially, like, I'm gonna start with basically Nubo and Ogre, because I need them. Right, and I just can't get them. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Actually, it's like, that's something that I'm really, really excited about trying that. Yeah, Southern, you've got a crazy collection, man. It's awesome. Oh, the Biths are cool too. I think the Rhodians. I'm gonna say the Rhodians. Like, even this is just the one I've got. Like that one. Hang on. Like, look at that head mold. That's so cool. Yeah. So I would probably say the Rhodians, like, in terms of their head mold, right out there for me. The four Trandoshans mainly, well, they'd have to be Bosk and the other guy from the Cantina. They're bang on. Absolutely, the Rhodians are like, they're so good, so good. So obviously I'm not going to have this grey piece here. I honestly don't have any other corner pieces. I really wanted a corner piece just to round it off. There we go. You know what? I have to flip this. Just realized I have to flip this because there is actually, the way that I've designed this is the opposite to Galaxy's Edge. Well, not really opposite, but I've worked it out so that there's actually a the Droid Factory wall entryway is on this side, so it kind of it's changed from this. So the exit will actually be this way, and the counter will flip the other way. And I don't really think anyone's going to take super offense to me putting this counter this way. If anyone wants to cause a fuss about it, you can cause a fuss about it. It's okay, I understand. Three Boss, yeah, one Cantina. Bosk is cool. Like all of Bosk is cool. He stands out. His colours are really good. Super happy with that. All right, how do you guys think of that? So I will quickly, actually, I've got probably 15 minutes or so. I'll just show you guys roughly what I'm going to do with the roof, and that'll probably be next week unless I get super excited and I can't stop because I'm on a bit of a roll at the moment. Basically, I'm going to use these and have them so that they come across the top and they'll interweave, and I'll connect them right like this, and then have another one that comes down, so 2 clips, and then clip them basically side by side the whole way to create the as you can see, hang on, I'll bring up the reference so you guys can see on the reference. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that on here, probably not. But basically, because of all the hanging milk ducts, I'm going to have this kind of grills running across the top. And then there'll be a custom cloth piece that I'm making on a cameo for that. And that'll basically sit over the top. But yeah. And just in terms of the milk ducts now, unfortunately, I can get this one. I really wanted... Speaking of subdued colours, I really wanted to get a lime green of this one, and I can a lime yellowish. This is a lime green, a yellowish green for this one. So I am going to get that, and I've got those on order, and they're just that little bit lighter. The unfortunate one is I was hoping to get this colour in a kind of lighter blue than this, whereas this is the Azura, but I was a little bit concerned about how that would look in the blue milk stand, but you know, at the end of the day, actually looking at it on camera, it doesn't look that bad. But those are basically the two. So that's the sea cow. Holding it up like that. But that's the sea cow. That's the sea cow, and this one's the bantha milk. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do the milk duct just for now, very quickly, because I kind of figured that out, I think. Now these will have the idea would be is that I would have a full duct, and then these ones will be, this will actually be a clear, right? And then that will essentially create like a little half duct. So you'll have like a half filled sea cow with a clear top. And then I'm going to use some of these pieces, right? One of those little pieces. Stick that in there like that. And then what I do is basically do the, now obviously I've got all these pieces on order, so it's not going to look exactly like this, and I wouldn't put blue milk on top of this. But that's essentially how it's going to look. This is the milk duct, right? That's going to be the milk duct, and they're going to hang from the ceiling, and I'll basically figure out the connection for this, and then they're going to sit on the ceiling, which is this cross. So what do you guys reckon? Yeah, kind of hanging like that. So there'll be a stack of those. That's the general idea. And I do obviously have all the crazy detritus and additional things I'm going to put at the top. And then for something like that, I can actually do some of those ones out the front. Actually, I'm going to do it with the blue one, just because the blue one will actually look cooler. Because that's pretty much bang on exactly how it's going to look. It's hard to say southern, because some of it, so that'll be like the blue duck. It's hard to say because, as I said, I sell on a lot of this. I bring in secondary stuff and then I on sell a whole bunch of stuff. So but lots. You know, like, be honest, lots. But it's a passion. I really want to do it. So I've had to sacrifice a little bit, and then there's some stuff that I'm just working it out so that it's not going to be as expensive, hopefully, as it's meant to be. And then, but hopefully it's all going to pan out. It's going to look great, and that's the idea anyway. So yeah, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed today. I am going to wrap up because I've got to head to work. But it was good that all you guys came. I have definitely enjoyed the chat this morning. It's been good. Anytime I have a chat about Galaxy's Edge is always fun. I'm still building, even though I'm saying goodbye. So I hope all of you guys have a sweet day, and make sure you guys check out Building Batuu again on Sunday. I may even do this one if I get really excited about it. I may do a midweek video on this, but I think I'll probably wait until I get all the pieces in to finish it. And again, doing live next week. I think it's probably likely I will be finishing this one just throughout the next live episodes. And yeah, we'll see how that pans out. But because I'm still sort of finishing off Doc Ondars and hoping to have that done by kind of the end of the week if I can. But it'll be a push, I think. So yep, that is it for today. Thanks very much to everyone for watching, and I will catch you all next time. Till the spire, may the bricks be with you.